I knew from a very young age that I had a stage presence. And my first performance was exhilarating for me. I didn't really want to let the mic go. It was
Oh, yes.
exhilarating for me. I've never been an individual that had stage fright. I've
Mhm,
always used the stage in any platform that I have as a form of self-expression. So
mhm,
knowing that was the platform where I could inspire others, it's
mhm.
always been something that I knew even from a young age that I was meant to do.
Welcome to Cloud Record Music Podcast, Season 4, Episode 6. I'm your host, Maurine McFarlane, and I have an amazing show just for you. Don't go anywhere. Joy Jackson, born in Lansdowne, Pennsylvania, has been a gospel vocalist her entire life, a servant of the true and living God, Jesus Christ. Joy carries the heart of a worshiper in every note she sings, grounded firmly and rooted deeply in her faith. She also channels her passion for music into R&B and soul, creating songs that uplift, energize, and inspire. Her latest dual release, Lifted and Calm Before the Storm, is uplifting, energizing, and full of positive vibes, with love at the core suiting it all. According to Joy, and I quote, when I read Blake's lyrics, my goal was for the audience to feel the sound of Blake as Blake wrote it and fully immerse themselves in the music as I set the tone and relay the message. I wanted every listener to envision themselves in the intended setting. Just as Austin brings music to life as a musician, my goal as a vocalist is to create and elevate every sound in my head, transforming each lyric, rhythm, and note into an experience. Through these releases, Joy continued to bridge faith and artistry, delivering music that is both spiritually heartfelt and sonically captivating, a testimony to her devotion, creativity, and commitment to touching heart with every performance. The music you're listening to in the background is by Carmela Green, Jesus Christ is Lord instrumental, one of Cloud Records' music. The links are below. Check out all of our music. Before we start, please check and subscribe, ring the bell, and leave a comment and let me know what you think about our conversation. Let's get into it. And now, a Cloud Record Music Spotlight. Welcome, Joy Jackson, to Cloud Record Music Podcast. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing very well.
Such a pleasure to have you here, ladies and gentlemen. Joy, I just recently got connected with her, and she's a super, super, super singer. She is so talented, and I am so thrilled that she's part of Cloud Record new release, Lifted, which we're going to get more into. But before we start, we just want to say, Joy, what is it like there in Collinsville, correct? You're in
Oh,
Collins?
no, it's fine. I'm in Coatesville.
We in
Yep.
Coatesville. It was close. It was close. Coatesville. And we've had this little rainy storm going on all night. How is it over there?
It is the same way.
Same
It's
thing,
dreary,
right?
but it is. It's dreary outside today, but you know what? I'm excited to be here. So
Well,
I'm
me
not
too.
stressed about the weather.
Oh my God, it's such a thrill. It is my pleasure. And we want to hear everything about you. So we're going to start by asking you, how did you get into music?
I started music the first age at 3 years old. Actually, as I was prepping, I called my grandmother, who at the time, my great grandmother was also living. And the very first time that she could recall, she's 82 years old now, so she would know, was when I was
Mm.
3 years old. And I was in church and they gave me a microphone and I was singing with my youngest sister, My Hope is Built. And she got all the words wrong. So she would just give the mic to me and I would just redo the
Oh,
verse with
wow.
the right words. So that was my very first time entering into music. And I've been a part of it ever since. It is truly ingrained in my DNA.
So you are one of those fabulous singers that grew up in the church performing.
Yes.
And you're still part of a church choir, correct? You still perform in churches?
Oh yeah. Yes. Multiple now.
Mm-hmm. You're that
So
lady that she's on demand.
I always say first Sunday still for my home church. I do believe no matter how much you travel and perform and minister and serve, always come
Mm-hmm.
home. Always come home.
Oh,
Always give reverence and come home. So that's
that is
important to
true.
me.
That is true. It is also a testament to your talent when you're sought out by other churches, to partake in their service as well. Who were your biggest musical influences growing up, and who inspire you now?
Growing up, my biggest musical influences were Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston. And
Mm,
they were definitely top, still are. But as I enter into maturity and enter in adulthood, I've come to realize my biggest inspiration, muse, where my heart is actually biblical scripture, mostly in the book
mhm,
of Psalms, obviously, Psalms, songs, hymns, is
mhm.
actually my biggest inspiration. A lot of the songs that I have written come directly from scripture. So that is my biggest inspiration.
Today.
Yeah.
Well, I have to admit, Michael Jackson has always been and will always be my greatest. I just love Michael Jackson. I'm
My daughter's the
inspired by
same
him.
way.
Oh my goodness. And I have a part of my family, especially my son-in-law, he still breathe and walk Michael Jackson. That's how much we love Michael Jackson. So yeah, and you're right. The Psalms, it really inspiring it, no matter what phase you're in or mood you're in, you go there and you'll come out feeling so much better about situation. Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. That's what music is supposed to do. That's exactly what it's supposed to do.
Now, I may be taking you a bit far back, but can you recall your first performance, musical performance, or the first time you sing maybe in church? What was that like for you? And was that the moment you said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
I knew from a very young age that I had a stage presence. And my first performance was exhilarating for me. I didn't really want to let the mic go. It was
Oh, yes.
exhilarating for me. I've never been an individual that had stage fright. I've
Mhm,
always used the stage in any platform that I have as a form of self-expression. So
mhm,
knowing that that was the platform where I could inspire others, it's
mhm.
always been something that I knew even from a young age that I was meant to do. So
Well, not only do you have the sound, my dear, you have the look. So, yeah, you have the package, right?
thank
You
you.
do, you do. Now, how did you find your unique sound and style? You know, growing up and trying to discover you are in this field, in this music.
So in all honesty, I don't think I've come to find my complete style yet. And I say that in the terms of, to me, music is almost like marriage. So when you get married, you don't marry the person that you're marrying that day. You
Mm,
marry who that person is going to be tomorrow, 10 years, 15, 20, 50 years from them. And
mm,
I feel like music is the same way. I am not the same writer or singer that I was at 3 years old. I'm not the same one that I was when I was
mhm.
performing on theatrical and Broadway. I wasn't the same person when I gave birth to my daughter. My music,
Right.
my experiences, my life, they've all changed. They all tell a story, and my music evolves along with that. So I don't know if I have found my specific sound or
Mhm,
style because music is always changing with who you are. And I feel like it's important for music to change and to
mhm,
because I never want to sing a song that's not true to who I am and my experiences and not
mm.
to relate to me.
Right. That's so fascinating and so honest because I assume that as we grow and evolve, so is our style, because we're bringing our experience into our music. So we're changing, the style also change. Yeah, that makes so much sense. That is powerful. Let's talk a little bit about our mutual friend, Austin, because this is how I become aware of you. And for those that are watching, Austin is, I call him protege. He's like a genius. I call it musical genius. He's just really gifted. But not only is he gifted, he has this, he does know very gifted people. And he's the one that introduced Joy to us, who performed the song Gifted. He has a way of knowing talent. Right? He does. I mean, he nailed it, right? He nailed it. You were perfect for the song, which we're going to talk about. So before we get into the song, though, I just wanted, what is the one thing every song must have for you to consider performing that particular song?
It has to be rooted in truth.
Oh, wow.
It has to be rooted in truth. I don't want to be a part of anything that's not rooted in truth, in life, in experiences.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be truth. It has to be truthful.
Wow, it's so powerful and yet so simple. Truth. Yeah. And it's especially powerful today because we're living a time where truth is absent from so many things, right?
Yes.
And so many people are confused. They're not sure what the truth is. So the fact that that is so important to you speak volume to not only your clarity, your moral clarity, but to the fact that you know who you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
Because you can't be authentic to your audience if you're not first authentic to yourself, because it will come across in everything, your demeanor, your sound, your books, your tone, your dynamics. Music, real music, true music, it has to be truthful.
Your new single, Lifted, which is written by Blake Melvin and produced by Austin Woodlin. What about that song, when you heard it, you said, you know what? It appeals to me. It spoke true to me. What about it that makes you say it?
So it's funny that you said that. So when Austin called me, of course, I've known him for a very long time. So I, of course, asked him, I'm just like, what you got me into, bro? So he told me, he was just like, it's not your normal genre, but we've known each other for so long. He knows that I've dabbled in several different types of genres professionally.
Right,
but my
right.
go-to has always been gospel. So he knew that as soon as he told me that it was more of an R&B style, my first question to him was, what am I talking about? What am I singing about? What is the message? And he was like, his exact words, he was like, I'm not going to put you in no foolishness. I was like, okay. So he sent me, seriously, this is really how the conversation happened.
Yes.
Before I ever did anything, or agreed or anything, he immediately texted me the lyrics because he knows who I am.
Yes,
so I read the lyrics, and I read Blake's lyrics, and I was just like, this is Psalms 91. I'm like, I'm okay with this. And when I read them, it reminded me of even my dad, my angel that stays with me. So it hit home for me. And that's exactly what I wanted to do with the song. I wanted to make that evident. I wanted to make that come across in every note, every tone of the music, that you can truly be lifted, even if you don't feel like, in your spirit, in yourself. That's what music can do. That's what your angels can do. It makes you feel lifted. The Bible talks about the angels taking charge over you and protecting you no matter where you go. So I was perfectly okay, and I was excited because it was rooted in truth. And that's my alley. I was like, okay, I can play with this. I can get with this. I can have a little bit of fun and creativity and come a little bit outside of the box and do something different. So it was a wonderful opportunity, and I'm glad it was a blessing to me.
Wow, I tell you, I listen to it all the time, and it's such a wonderful music, but it's also the words behind it is really powerful, because you're singing about working, right? And like you're working to pay bills. And then like there's a part where it's like God, like you're calling to God and just like lift you, above this. And it makes me wonder, and of course the writer is not here, like where was he in his space for him to grab that? It's just really a wonderful, wonderful song. So ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we're going to have you listen to a small portion of Lifted. And it is available on all music platforms. So I insist that everyone, even before we're finished with this podcast, start downloading. It's on everywhere. Anywhere you have your music, get it. It's Lifted by Joy Jackson. Here we go.
Working, I've been working. Hustle every day, still got no working. I try to live my life, I got a purpose. Oh, but bills keep piling up, my pockets hurting. Jumped in my bag, I just hopped on my feelings. People steady watching, trying to figure how I did it. Keep my faith in God, so my blessings keep on giving. Life might knock me down, but my angels keep me lifted, switching transitions, changes.
All right, now, what did I say? Isn't it amazing? All right, so get down and start downloading that song. Yes, we want this to be a hit. Okay.
Yes, for sure.
It's wonderful. Oh my goodness, girl, you just nailed that. You nailed it. And how much time did you even have from the time he gave it to you to when you recorded it? Because you seem like you were practicing or you just had a moment, right? That's how gifted you are.
That text message that he sent me was 2 days before I recorded it. But once again, this speaks to the relationship that we have, our professionalism, and the fact that we've known each other for over 25 years. We know where we're going. We know what we're standing for. We know what to do, what embellishments, what not. Now we play around with it. We find what feels best. And we go from there. We flow. And that's exactly what this song did. It flowed. It was amazing.
That's amazing.
It was done in one night, in one session.
Oh my gosh.
It was a wonderful experience.
It's a pity your guy didn't record it, like, videotape it, because that would have been a great making of Lifted. You know what I'm saying? It's a pity, and I'm sorry that he didn't thought of it and I didn't thought of it, but we should have done it. We could have done like a mini documentary called The Making of Lifted, because imagine you're coming together for the first time, you're discovering the song, and you guys try to put the pieces together. And you're building something, and and in one night you build a tower. Oh my goodness. That speaks to your skills and to Austin ability. And I'm sure Blake was part of it as well. It's just amazing.
Yeah, before we started the studio, literally, before we even started the studio session, Austin and I sat down, we asked Blake a couple of questions, like, when you wrote this, what did you feel? Where was your mindset at? Tell us so we can bring it to life. Because once again, truthfulness, being true to the words, to the environment, to the vision, to the writer, to the artist, to the composers, be true. And I laugh sometimes because I call it my Whitney Houston era when I do everything by myself and then often just does it.
Oh, wow.
It's so funny that you said recording it because Blake at the time didn't know exactly how far Austin and I went back, but I think at one point he was just like, "Are you guys related?" And I was just like, "No, we just fight like
we're just known each other forever, right?" Oh my goodness!
I don't know if I would have recorded. People would probably laugh at the way we interact. They're just like, "Are you guys even speaking English?" And we're like, "Yeah, he gets it. It's fine."
I totally trust Austin. I'm telling you, when I send him something, I just know when he comes back, it's just going to be a masterpiece. This is how much I trust him, right? It's just wonderful. What is next for you? Do you have any upcoming project that you maybe want to share with us for us to like look out for? in the coming months,
Absolutely. So Austin and I, a long time coming, his words, not mine. I am releasing my own album called Heart of a Worshipper. And it's a
Mm,
collection of works that are original to me that I started 15, 20 years ago. Some of them were written within the last year over life, over experiences. And I'm finally coming together to put those all together in an album release. And I
mm,
am ecstatic. It is long overdue. I'm excited
mm,
because this project, Lifted, as well as the Heart of a Worshipper, is the very first time that I'm bringing my original works to the public. So
mm.
it's very exciting to me because although
Wow.
I've been singing and performing and recording my whole life,
This is
I
your own
don't,
piece.
this is
Yes.
my own piece. And it's so
Wow.
crazy because the first time that I ever performed an original piece, Austin and I were in ninth grade and it was an entire production.
Oh my
And
God.
we're pushing 40 now. So
Yes.
that's how long this has been in the works. So it
Wow.
is long overdue, but you know what? Everything in the right timing, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Life experiences.
Yes. Yes, I believe that too. I believe at the right time it would all come together and make so much sense. And it'll be the right time for the public also to hear it. And here's how amazing God is, in my opinion. Not only are you putting out this first song called Lifted, which is where you're at it, God is lifting you, right? In a
Yes.
different
Yes.
space, right? But also, after that, in a month from that, you have another single coming out with Blake, right? And we're going to have you on to talk about that differently, called The Calm Before the Storm. I always think that title, to me, the storm doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing. The storm comes to take us from where we are to the next place.
Absolutely.
Right? And sometimes the storm comes to shake us out of our comfort or to force the gifts that we have that we sit dormant for however long you had working on that piece, to force it out so it can get out to the world. And so you're probably in that phase where you're going to be, the calm is all that waiting around. Now it's going to be, shh, the winds is coming to blow you, girl, into some places that you don't even imagine. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That is
It's
exciting.
it's
That
very
is
exciting.
exciting.
And the title is exactly how it happened in reality. It's exactly
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You know,
right. Storm
yeah.
isn't always something that you have to view as a negative. And without storms, we don't.
If you look at it now, even in a natural form of a storm, it comes heavy, yes, and it brings some kind of destruction because it may have to rebuild or
Yes.
change to happen. And so when you look at those things and say, okay, so I've been through some rough times, but through that I am rebuilding, and in the rebuilding phase is where the growth becomes possible, and that's where we want to be. So hey, kudos, yes,
Yes. That is
yeah.
perfectly said.
Oh man, when you do release it, you do have to come back and share it with us because we want to know more and we also want to support all of your work. I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, Joy is not a person who is into social media too much. So I think she told me she may have a Facebook page. Is that
I,
maybe?
I I have a Facebook page. My husband knows the password. If I'm posting, it's probably him 90% of the time, but nobody really
Okay.
knows that.
Well,
But
hear it here, my dear. That's going to be changing soon. It's
I'm
going to
sure
be
it is.
changing soon. Yes, yes, because once you start building a fan base, they're going to want to know how to connect to you so very soon. I mean, you're already on our social net, which is Cloud Records Music Podcast. And below, by the way, everyone, is the link to Lifted, so you can download it straight from here. But also, she's on all of Cloud Records social media, and so just go there because we're promote her on our social media, so you'll see her there as well and what she's doing. We want to help her to get great success with Lifted, so please, as I'm speaking, go there and get it. All right, my dear. So, how do you see yourself as an artist, say in 5 years?
If I had to take a guess, I'll probably be working on another project. But in 5 years, honestly, I hope to, my goal, I want to work and collaborate with so many talented people that are close to my heart that I know would normally never broadcast themselves. They're kind of like me, like not really big social media people, but they
Mm-hmm.
have incredible talent. And I want to bring that talent in 5 years to life. I want to feature them. I want to write and sing sounds that are unique, that are creative just to those individuals.
Mm,
And I feel like that was what was done for me. And I would love to pass that along.
yeah. Wow. Well, I have great expectation to see great things emerging for you. And in 5 years, not just a few people will know your name, but a lot of people around the world will know your name. That's how I see it. So let's see, right? Let's work at it. Okay. Um, how, I know you're bringing out some new sound, but you have been in the gospel field for a long time with churches. And I guess it's different from being in the business of gospel. But it's not easy to make music and put it out there and get the success because, you know, the doors are so hard to open, right?
Yes.
Are
Yes.
you prepared to put the time, the work, the effort, and realize there are going to be great moments of disappointments, setbacks, delays, and still not give up? Are you prepared for that?
Absolutely. I have been putting in the work all my life. I've just been behind closed doors because I was, if I'm being truthful, because I have to be true to who I am. I found that my music and my sound and my style over the course of the years never really fit into just one box.
Mm-hmm.
And I was okay with that, but I wasn't necessarily okay with sharing that with people who are outside of my close circle. And I am the type of person, I am a perfectionist, OCD to the top. You can ask Austin and Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Always have been, always have been, always been a diligent worker, diligent student, always perfecting myself, perfecting my skills, learning from those who know more than me. And although all of that knowledge has been acquired and I've utilized all of that, I realized that I was keeping it all to myself.
Mm,
And I kind of got convicted about it. And when I got convicted about it, I realized, you know what, the reality of it is, if there's failures, if there's disappointments, if there's times where the sound doesn't come out exactly like I want, that's okay because that's what life is. It's
mm-hmm.
real, it's raw, it's true. And you know what? Who would I be if I didn't encourage the next person to overcome the struggles that they are going to face? Because there isn't any person who's not going to face struggles. There isn't any person who doesn't have some type of self-consciousness about their sound and who they are and their skill set. But that's how we grow. That's
Mm-hmm.
how we evolve. And more importantly, that's how the next generation succeeds. So I can't just keep it all to myself. I can't just keep the knowledge and the talent and the music that I've acquired to myself. I have to pass that on. I have to allow myself to be visible and be vulnerable and trust in the God that I serve that He'll continue to protect and keep me lifted. So that is
And
exactly what I'm
keep
living
you
out.
lifted. Oh my goodness, that is so powerful. Oh, that
Yes,
is powerful. Let me ask you this in conclusion of our time. I could speak to you for hours. Do you write your own lyrics?
I
Or
do.
you do? Okay. And
Yep.
how do you get
Anything that I've
inspiration?
ever performed.
How do you get inspiration in your lyrics? Is it from experiences in life, or you just see anything and you get inspired by it?
Both. So typically, on the Heart of a Worshipper, the first three songs that are on the Heart of the Worshipper album that's coming out were songs that I originated from experience. And then I
Mhm.
based those experience and I referenced it with scripture, what I was feeling, what I had experienced. And I was just like, let me find the truth in this. And I
Mhm.
referenced it with scripture and I wrote it. And that's how they were born based off of
Mhm.
my experiences and
Mm-hmm.
referencing it with something that I knew to be true. Because the whole purpose of being in this life is to live it out in truth. So I write all of my original works, all of my sounds, my harmonies, even the harmonies on Lifted. We wrote those on the spot. They were not great.
Yeah. Wow.
They
Yeah.
were raw, me waking up in the middle of the night, writing
Oh,
down a text
wow.
message or a voice recording, sending it over and saying, tell me what you think about this. And then in live and in real time, it comes to life. So, and it does that because it's based out of truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you're listening to. Brilliance, talent, Miss Joy. Oh, Jackson. We can't wait for the audience to download and listen to the word lifted, and please share it. Share it with your friends, your family, your coworker. Forward it everywhere you need to go. But most importantly, download it and allow this song, Lifted by Joy Jackson, to just go on the billboard. We want it to just excel. Yes. My goodness, this is such a great conversation. I'm telling you, I could just speak to you all evening.
I know, it's so exciting.
Miss Joy Jackson, it is such a pleasure to have you here on Cloud Record Music Podcast. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks, because you have to come back and talk about with Blake Melvin, right? The calm before the storm, your next single. And of course, when the album come out, we'll have you back on again, because we're going to push it all.
Yes.
We want you to be there. Great success to you. So, the beautiful Joy Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, and our new single, Lifted. Let's go out and download it and help her to rise. My sister, it's such a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. And for the rest of you know what to do, subscribe and follow, but get that music.
Thank you. I hope it inspires each and every person that listens to it. Please let the song touch you. I hope you feel it the way that I sing it.
Amen. Thank you. So good night, everyone. Joy, we will talk soon. Okay, everyone, Lifted.